before I start this video, let me give you a little backstory here. There were two large bull moose that were fighting during the rut, and they ended up dying in combat. One fell on top of the other one. People don't exactly know, of course, what took place, but they died. I heard about it, and it's one of the bulls is a bull that I filmed a lot over the course of the last 3 years. Huge bull, real kind of like a ladies' man of a bull, if you will. But also he's got a little Mike Tyson in him, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And so I went searching to find this bull before the bears had totally devoured it, or somebody else came in and cut the horns off, or whatever. And my first outing, I went out, and it was probably 2 days before it snowed here. And I thought I was on the right trail. I got a little intel where they might be, and I thought I was on the right trail. I thought I was close, and I didn't find them. And so probably another week or so later, I got some more intel, and I went back out looking for them, and I located where they were. I could smell the dead carcasses, and I made some noise, and I was really afraid there were going to be bears in the area. And so I made noise, took bear precautions and things like that, and got down in pretty close, and I was charged by a really freaking large bear, probably on all fours. He was probably about this tall, probably as tall as my head is when I'm sitting down here. He was a big bear. And he came out of the timber, and it was real thick timber, so he couldn't, charge directly out of the timber. He came out on the trail and came up the trail full speed. And I had my bear spray already out, and I laid down some bear spray right on the trail. You could see the kind of red mist go out. And he stopped and went over in the timber this way, and then he ran back in the timber over here and was grunting at me. And I had a chest mount GoPro on when I went down in there, just so that when I walked up on the moose, we'd be able to see it. And but as the bear charged me, I turned and was doing my bear spray. I could see him come out, and so I never actually caught any of the bear on video, but you can hear his grunts, and you can hear the bear spray being deployed. It was a hair-raising experience, to say the very least. And so you'll see some of that footage, but you never actually see the bear in there. Scary though. I don't plan on replicating that one. And I'll say right from the get-go, there were mistakes made. I made some really bad mistakes, and I know better, but I was just I was dumb. And so what you're going to see in this video then is you're going to see the couple days that I went out, real short snippets of that, and I also want to share with you some different footage that I've taken of this bull over the years. And the first one that I want to share is one I call when my moose gets stuck and I shift it into four-wheel drive. This bull is fighting they're sparring with a smaller bull, and it's post-rut, and they kind of sparred, no big deal. And then all of a sudden, I think he just got tired of it and decided, okay, I'm going to show you who the boss is. And he just kicks it into gear and just drives this other bull backwards. The other bull's just scrambling backwards, and he's just plowing straight ahead. It's a pretty, I think, amazing feat of just absolute strength. But he was just a brute of a bull. And so I want to show you that clip. I'm getting ready to head down this trail, and just a little ways down this trail allegedly is the carcasses of two moose who died in battle. It happened 2 weeks ago. They're both large moose. One of them is a very well-known moose. Being 2 weeks ago, there's probably bears in the area, and so we're going to be super bear aware. I'm dropping my pack here, not that I'm going to run, but I want to be light on my feet. I'm going to have a road flare because it puts up smoke and fire and whatnot. I have bear spray and other bear protection. I'm going to go in and see if I can have one last look at this giant that roamed these forests. I'll tell you, this is a little unnerving. The bear came out of the trees here. It wouldn't be long and he'd be upon you. I got my bear spray here. I'm trying to make noise so if there are bears in here, they would hear me. Because I don't want to scare one. I would anticipate that wherever the final resting place is, that there's going to be a lot of bear poop around there. And there would have been a lot of traffic. It doesn't look like there's been a lot of traffic on this trail, because the bears are going to be in and out, no doubt. So that's moose poop there. And certainly it's been 2 weeks. If the wind's in the right way, you'll smell it. The wind right now is coming from the wrong direction. It's coming from my back to the timber, and so that's not going to be super helpful. One of the things I've been listening for is crows. Lots of times if there's something died, the crows will be in on it. But I haven't heard any crows. The next clip I want to share, it was really one of my favorite experiences with this bull. I was up on a side hill, and he probably had 8 or 9 cows with him. There were kind of cows everywhere, which wasn't uncommon. The cows loved this guy. And he's way up on the side hill, and you can hear down in the timber, this cow starts bawling. And it's kind of the bawl that they make when another bull's bothering him. And he's way up on the side hill, and you can see him look up. He grunts a couple times, and he just goes plowing down the hill. And he's wagging all the way down the hill, comes in, and the other bull, you can see him slipping through the timber, and he ended up, the big bull that I was filming that day, ended up chasing the other bull. Not chasing, just methodically going after him, grunting at him through the timber for probably 300 or 400 yards. And I got him on the back side of it here. And the other bull would never let this big bull get close to him. He just kept moving and moving and moving and moving away. Meanwhile, the cows just followed. And usually it seems like the cows stay behind, but with him, they followed. It was just a really, really cool experience. So I'll show you some of that video upcoming here. And so I'm out again looking for this awesome bull that I was fortunate enough to photograph several times. And he died in a fight with another bull. So we got a fresh dusting of snow yesterday. And the nice thing about that is when we get in close, there's been bears in here. Clearly, initially there was probably 2,000 pounds of moose meat on the ground. And so the bears were in, and no doubt they're probably still not far away. This fresh dusting of snow will make it so we can look around and see if they've been in recently. And that will hopefully be able to alleviate some nerves. Because I gotta say, I am a little nervous about this. Okay, so I got my bear spray out. That looks like probably old bear poo. I think we're getting close here. So one of the deals you want to do is make noise, because you never want to surprise a bear. And so we're just going to make a lot of noise here. I got this flare. This is kind of an intimidating thing. It's bright, it's scary, hopefully. Puts off a little smoke. Okay, we must be getting close here. And the good news is we've seen no bear tracks anywhere. I'll tell you, that flare's starting to get hot in my hand. Gonna have to give up on it in a bit, probably. Still no bear sign anywhere. I almost brought 2 flares. I wish I had brought 2 flares because I feel like this one's gonna run out. But again, there's still 0 bear sign so far. Okay, there's bear tracks in the trail. Oh, you can smell it from here. That bird's down there. Hey, bear. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that's enough for me. Holy smokes. You could hear that bastard coming. Whew. Okay. And so in this clip, I was out filming a bull that I've really fallen in love with out here. He's got lots of trash on one side. He's a big bull. He was with a cow, and the bull that really this video is about is kind of like the Mike Tyson of bull moose, I think. If he sees another bull anywhere, he goes and he intimidates them away. And Mike Tyson has a quote where he says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. That, I think, is this bull. This bull, he's a battler. All the cows out here really love him, and I think all the bulls out here have a profound amount of respect for him. And he'll see another bull and he just starts wagging, and he'll start wagging at quarter mile away, a half mile away, and he's like, here I come. And frequently moose will let him get 50 yards, 20 yards, and then they bow their head and they leave. And so I'm in filming this one moose that has some really cool trash on him, and I can see this other bull probably, he's more than a quarter mile away, and he just starts wagging, and here he comes, and he's grunting, he's just methodically coming in like, here I come. And the other bull waits and waits and waits, and he starts wagging. He's like, yeah, okay, game on, buddy. And when they get in close, and I'd moved to a spot, I thought, well, this is about maybe where it'll go down. So I'd moved and kind of crouched down in, and I'm hiding there, and they were super close in quarters, 10, 15 feet. And I thought for sure this is going to be the mother of all fights. And you can see in the eyes of the one bull, you can see his eyes, it looks like his eyes just go, oh crap, he means it. And he ducks his head, kind of bows to the other guy and starts whining. And it's just the whine of submission. He submits, he just turns and he's like, okay, you got me. But he held his ground and held his ground for the longest time, thinking he was going to intimidate the other bull. The other bull doesn't intimidate. I've never, ever seen that bull back down from a fight. He comes wagging in and move out of his way, or he starts laying down the herd, I guess. And that was just the classic of this bull. He was just such a stud. Well, thanks for watching today. This is kind of a sad video for me to make. I've watched this bull a lot, and I've really kind of grown quite fond of him. I like his style. He's just a stud of a bull, and he has a great attitude, had a great attitude. And it's really, I'm really sad to see him leave. And probably if a person looks back at the moose videos that I've made and filmed moose, he probably makes up 66 or 70% of the videos that I've done. And part of it was that he was just such a showman, and you could get in and kind of get close to him. He kind of hung out in the same area, so you'd be able to find him. But he had the attitude that champions have. And I'll miss his attitude out here. And I'll also miss his style and his impressiveness. He was just a stud of a bull. Thanks for watching today and allowing me to share some of the experiences I've had with this great animal.